Hey everybody, Professor Snart checking in. Okay, we are getting right down to the end of our course here. So if we take a quick look at our due dates, we've wrapped up our individual conferences where we got a chance to talk about ideas, outlines. I looked at a few folks' essays. You then posted again to a discussion board, kind of the same as Unit 9, just moving the ball forward a little bit. Hopefully with a refined topic and thesis idea, telling us about your secondary sources, your primary text that you're working with, and that kind of thing. And now we have a brief peer exchange set up with 2 due dates here where you post your essay, hopefully in its mostly finished form, right? The more complete it is, the better feedback you can get, or the more complete feedback you can get, by Monday, October 3rd, which is today. And then providing feedback to everybody in your group who posts on time and in an accessible file format by Thursday. And then you have a couple of days to turn around, make finishing touches on your essay, and then post it by Tuesday, October 11th. Obviously, if you run into any questions or anything, you can by all means be in touch with me. But you should be getting pretty close to the end point of finishing up your essay by about now. Okay, so one other quick note, and I think I pointed this out in my last video, but I'll just remind you again, is that the peer exchange, and I know that a lot of people have kind of mixed experiences with peer exchange and the value of it. So I think if I just told you to exchange papers and get some feedback, that might be sort of useful. Maybe somebody catches a typo or something, but mostly they just, people will say, oh, it looks great, and then not very helpful. So we're doing a much more targeted, kind of specific situation here. We have a checklist. It's a document that you can download here for each of your group members, and then fill it out. So you don't have to do a whole bunch of writing here, but you're just filling out the form. You'll notice that the form contains items that are basically a review of what we've covered in class, whether it's works cited stuff, is there a clear thesis, is there a clear topic sentence? Is there evidence from the primary and secondary texts? All stuff that we spent a lot of time working on. So you're just basically filling that checklist out, save the file. Maybe if I'm in this group here, I'll save a file and have one file name with Jill's name in it and one with Maddie's name in it here. And then by the second date, the feedback date, I'm posting those files back into my group discussion area, so that all of my group members who posted on time and whose file I could access, I'm giving that feedback to. And then everyone should have at least one set of feedback here that you can use to make some final touches on your essay, obviously put it all together, and then posting it in our very last unit here, the final essay. Some last kind of things to check for, right? Some self-editing that you can do, pretty simple stuff. And then you're posting it here just as a file, same as usual. You'll also see a final course evaluation, a little bit like that midterm thing that we did a couple of weeks ago. So it's anonymous, it's ungraded, just you giving me some feedback on the course itself and what worked, and maybe if you had challenges doing things, you can let me know about that. But again, it's anonymous, so I don't know who says what. And it's ungraded, so it's not connected to your final grade. Okay, so I think that's about it, right? Keep an eye on those due dates as we move forward. There's really not much left to do. Again, you're just hopefully polishing your essay, posting it, getting some good feedback. In the best case, all the feedback is going to do is validate what you kind of know is already going on positively in your essay. Maybe folks catch a couple of minor things, but hopefully there's not like major revisions to be done. But you still have a couple days. You can submit the essay early if you feel like it's just finished and you're ready to be done with it. But that Tuesday, October 11th is the hard due date. We can't go beyond that since it's the end of our course. Okay, so by all means be in touch with me if you have some last minute questions here, but we're almost at the end of English 1102.